a lot of times I feel like old heads, they don't really...
No, they don't get it.
They're anti the change because it's been a certain way for so long. But it's like, bro, you got to let this new generation like create what the city is to them as well.
This is the way that Merced moves forward in a way that allows commerce to happen is you have to embrace the arts. We have to find the niche, whether it's music or entertainment. I've been to a bunch of the comedy shows recently. That's the kind of weird that I think if we start to embrace that and we start to embrace the arts, freak word.
Especially when the whole thing of the city's been like, there's nothing to do. And when there's stuff to do, people are still saying that. I'm like, bro, no, there's stuff to do now. You can't say that anymore.
We have to move through all these initiatives, whether it's the Raz N Health initiative, whether it's Central Valley podcast, which means we're gonna have to embrace some change. And does that mean that sometimes like the hippies or like the artsy types or like the flamboyantness can come into the town? Cool. If that brings commerce, if that brings vibrant businesses, we have to move from Merced is a town that has a UC, and we have to move into the idea that we are a college town.
Shout out Duffy, shout out Michael.
This is it. Central Valley Podcast.
Hey, big shout out Central Valley Podcast.
You know I had to fuck with it.
Hey, shout out Central Valley Podcast.
Are we doing this?
Boom, we're doing this.
All right, I'm popping this can open.
All right.
This is from the Tioga Sequoia Main Street IPA.
And this is Tioga Sequoia Bear Creek with an alligator. And was it me and you or me and somebody were talking? I was like, you know what should have been on there? A bear.
No, I like the alligator.
I like the alligator, but I think if it was the name is Bear Creek, I think a bear would be suffice with it. Cheers, Brian. Thank you for coming on.
What they're trying to say is there's an alligator inside of the Bear Creek.
Hey, it's dark enough that we would never know.
I feel like just due to just total meth content.
I just remembered there's some secret lore about that alligator.
Really?
It's the Bear Creek alligator.
I gotta hold on before we continue. I gotta get you a microphone, Charlie. I don't know. That's what I was supposed to do. I'm literally just gonna hand this to you.
Okay, sure.
The thing is that with the amount of drugs that have fallen into Bear Creek, I feel like that's a perfect petri dish for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And I don't know why there's not like some like cyborg level snapping turtle that's 3 feet long. Getting weird.
I'm good. You guys have never heard of the alligator that behind Applegate Park?
What?
So
You mean Kittyland alligator ride?
No.
Oh, maybe that's why, bro. Go on.
Yeah, maybe that too. But somebody told me recently that there's this old like urban legend here in town about an alligator that was like over there in Bear Creek. So that's probably where that's from.
Well, I know that my friend's dad grew up in Stockton, and his aunt got him an alligator one time, and then they just released it in the Delta.
Well, that's what they say. In Florida, they say they left all those like boa constrictors and all like the pythons.
Yeah, dude.
And now they're not from the Everglades, but now
that's why there's no animals in the Everglades anymore.
Snakes are just.
Dude, I saw a helicopter shot of the Amazon recently, and it's like all the boa constrictor, or not boa, well, yeah, pythons. Anacondas, yeah, that's what it is. A type of snake.
Shout out Jennifer Lopez.
That's who we need to go back in there. We need Jennifer Lopez. And there was some rapper, is Ice Cube in that?
Ice Cube, yeah.
Ice Cube, yeah.
Hell yeah.
We need them to go back in there and save the day. But it was like a drone shot, or it was probably from a helicopter. But it was just huge anacondas, and I was just like, damn. Brian, thank you for coming back on the podcast. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
We get weird sometimes. I love that for us.
Yes, exactly. So me and Brian linked up last year through the Raz N Health Festival, right?
Hell yeah.
And that's kind of what brings you back.
Yeah, I basically just slide into Micah's DMs and ask him to do stuff for me, and he's like, only if you pay me. And I'm like, I love your language.
Yeah, you're like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what I like. What would you say when I said I'm gonna have to charge you? And you're like, don't you ever?
Yeah.
You're like, shut the fuck up and don't you ever not charge me for your services or something like that.
Yeah, like that. I mean, like if the Central Valley is going to be awesome, my opinion is like everybody should like have great commerce and like we can have fun and make money.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
And I'm not saying like gouge people or be shady. What I'm saying is like we have to have cool shit. And if you have to have cool shit, you have to spend money so you can have cool shit. Like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everybody's trying to be like, what do they call it? The good old boy system. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Nobody ain't making no money.
Yeah, or nobody ever wants to do a good job either, honestly.
Both of those things are true. Like the free gets you, what do they say in like construction? I can get you it fast, but not good. I can get you good, but not cheap. And there's like, there's like a circle, a way of saying that, like, if you want to have a dope ass podcast, you should
make some money from it.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. So the Raz N Health Fitness Festival, pretty much almost a year, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what brought us together. We're doing ridiculous promos last year, and we were promoting it for like 8 months last year, honestly.
We did.
This year, we're doing, you're doing a different, same variation of it, right? But different. So what is the Raz N Health Festival this year? How is it a little different? And just what is it for people who don't know what it is?
Yeah, just so a little bit about me, because it'll make sense.
Yeah.
My name is Brian Boucher. I own Midstate CrossFit. And so we did a large CrossFit competition, got it licensed from CrossFit HQ this year, just due to like a bunch of things that we've done internally. We started an adaptive athlete program. We've got 17 different individuals with like intellectual disabilities and stuff. And it's really taken a lot of our bandwidth. And because we've built that project, we still want to do Raz N Health, but we don't want to take on the burden, because it's a big project.
No, it is.
To have.
You guys like didn't sleep for 72 hours leading up to
We had like 80 CrossFit athletes compete last year. We did a 5K, which had something like 250 runners. We ran through Castle Air Museum. We had a vendor fair with like 40 different vendors. We had a live band. We did a Tarmac. Shout out to Kayla, because we told her you should probably open early. She's like, we're gonna be okay. And then everybody started like doing the thing. She was like, we have to open early. And I was like, I don't know, Kayla. And then and so we had this like giant party at the Tarmac, and we want to do that again. But we're gonna, instead of doing a CrossFit competition, we're gonna do a 5K and a 10K. We're still going to do live music. We're still going to do a vendor fair. We're still going to do it at the Tarmac. We're still running through the museum. And we think that we can get all of the like mission of creating self-responsibility, advocacy, and mentorship with the runs and the event at the Tarmac. And it will allow us to, maybe next year, when we have a little bit more bandwidth, to bring the competition back. So I'm thinking of it like, you know how the Olympics are every 2 years?
I think that's, no, I was just saying, it makes it a little more manageable, I feel like.
I hate coming to my staff and like, it was a really great project, but I hate coming to my staff and being like, you guys ready to roll it out already? Because it feels like it was, like it just happened.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it again. But like this lift is a little bit less burdensome, and we really think we can still do a really great job with it.
No, and I think what makes like this run different than like all the runs in the Central Valley is the fact that it does go through the Castle Air Museum, because like I feel like everyone's gone out on a run like on Castle for like various different runs, right? But it's never through the Air Museum.
No.
And you were like, no, like if we're gonna do it, it has to actually be through the Air Museum. So like, how did you even? I mean, I guess it was Dawn, but. How did you like?
Shout out Dawn.
Yes, shout out to Dawn. How did you like get the Air Museum on board to like allow runners to run through it?
This was the simplest project of it all. So they do Open Cockpit, and Open Cockpit is an event that like families go to, and I'm definitely like, I've got an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. Like I'm definitely like, I fit into that. They got me marked. But I was like walking through this thing. I'm like, why don't we do a run through here? And then I just asked. I went there and I was like, hey, I'd like to schedule a meeting with you. And they're like, this is weird. And then I was like, hey, we'd like to do this project with you, and whatever profits we make, we could make a donation to the Castle Air Museum. They're like, oh, that's cool. And they were like, what do we have to do? I was like, just allow me in here a couple of times so I can measure this and allow me to do it.
Dress up.
Yeah, and dress up all weird. Yeah. And they were like, all right, this seems like a really easy lift. And they just said yes. And then the same thing this year. I was like, hey, remember we did that thing?
I think it's like the just ask, where like I think like it's probably crossed other people's mind, but like no one's actually just made the move to like, let me go ask the Castle Air Museum, hey, is it okay if we like were to run through here?
It really was that easy.
Yeah, and I think they were like, yeah, if we can get 200 people to run through here, it's a lot better than getting however many come on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
We went together. You'd go there, it'd be like one random family just walking around
middle of the day,
and that's all that it was. And I think that's pretty common for them. They like have these people just trickle in really sporadically. We were like, no, we're throwing a party, and after we're gonna drink beers and like clang and bang. They're like, we have no idea what you just said, but we're down.
And then so why the name Raz N Health? How did that come to be?
So inside the Air Museum is this old, like, super fortress, I think they're called. And it's one of the bombers from World War II. And it's got this really dope ass, like, demon woman who's, like, essentially riding
Like a pinup girl, right?
Like a pinup girl, like old school 1950s, 1940s.
Before you
stuff.
say demon woman, I know what you mean. It is.
I
know,
a
but I
demon
was like,
woman,
when we were explaining it, I was
it's
like,
the devil, and you know she's kind of like a little,
there's a little tail on her,
little
horns,
voluptuous, a little high skirted, and she's riding on this nuclear warhead, and it says "Raz N Hell," and then I essentially sold it as the Raz N Hell Fitness Festival because I like to raise some hell. I want to do that. I identify as like cool ass bomber.
And then you're trying to get some sponsors.
And they're like, this marketing is awful. Centurion Boats, who's our title sponsor, they're a very like Christian based organization. They really do make a lot of choices about like taking care of the common man, but through the angle of like Christianity. And I was like, hey, do you want to sponsor the Raz N Hell Fitness Festival? And they're like, not really. And I was like, what if you did the Raz N Health?
There you go.
And then, I mean, I'm running the Midstate CrossFit. I definitely sell health and wellness. This is definitely something we do. And that just kind of happened. It was like just like a Freudian slip.
Oh, was it? But like when you were selling to them, were you like, what if we do? Or like, did you go back and brainstorm a little bit? You were
we
like,
definitely sold it to Centurion as Raz N Hell. And then they were like, we love this. Do better.
Yeah.
And then we changed the name. We didn't really change much of the branding.
No. I think the branding is fine.
Yeah.
The branding was nuclear warhead, pinup girl on it.
Some
like,
skulls, right?
We
like,
just took off the
hell.
Yeah, exactly.
The eternal damnation part. And then we aimed it more toward like what we were selling, which is people exercising, people taking care of themselves. Well, yeah, we're doing it at Tarmac. Yeah, I'm drinking a beer, but we were trying to create the idea that you can have fitness, you can have fun, and if you repeat that, then you'll have a really cool lifestyle and you won't die of diabetes.
Well, and I like that you were like, hey, like you can still have fun, you can still drink a beer, like you don't have to make your life like no extracurricular activities, right?
I don't know what your algorithm's like on the internet, but like some people are crazy about fitness and they're like, you have to only eat leafy greens and make sure you prioritize protein and like only drink water. And like, if you do anything that doesn't look like 8 hours of sleep and meditate in the morning and journal, you're like,
you're a piece of shit.
You're the worst. And I'm like, no, that's too complicated. Just simplify. Move your body for an hour a day, elicit sweating, and repeat that as often as you can, and you'll just solve most of your problems.
And then why was it important to you to like what was the initial, I mean, obviously you went to the Castle Air Museum, that was like the idea of it, but like obviously you have to have some major thing pushing you to like go all out in the way that you did with the vendor fair with like, or did it just keep evolving or?
No, we always, my wife and I, we don't really like to do anything small. My partner is my wife, Brian Boucher, and she and I, we've created a team of individuals that like really do want to be part of the reason why Merced's better. Like I love the Merced Junior College's football T-shirts. It says "Do Better." That's my shirt.
Yeah, I like that.
And if someone's gonna do better, if Merced's gonna be better, somebody's gonna have to like your version of this. Like someone has to just say, I'm going to do it because nobody in Sacramento's now coming to save our asses. I was just in San Francisco for 3 days. They don't even know we exist. Like
Fresno's not coming.
No, Fresno ain't coming to save our asses. If Merced's going to be dope, it's got to be local individuals doing cool stuff and repeatedly. And it's got to be something that like catches the eyes of individuals. Cause I feel like sometimes Merced can be like, as in the residents can be like almost,
very negative, very
or dismissive of local events.
Yeah,
like we're like they'd rather go to Turlock, and I'm like, cool. I think Turlock's cool too, but you're just taking your local tax dollars and giving it to Stanislaus. Like you're not helping create the restaurant that we all desire to have. That would be a dope ass place to go to. And there are some good ones like Lovers, the sandwich shop. Downtown.
Lovers Deli, fucking literally. Cheech and Chong is the best sandwich that I think I've ever had. They have a cilantro mayo on it, I believe it is. And I don't know, Shout out to Daniel. Daniel's the mastermind behind like the pizza and the sandwiches. Fucking absolutely delicious. And their pizza's hella fucking good. Bella Luna's like, I think if you're going to go on a date night, I'm going to go to Bella Luna. I'm going to take my wife. I'm going to take my baby. She's going to ruin our date, but it's going to be okay because we're eating Bella Luna.
It's like we need... I do like both of them, but we need something else. Like it can't be like I get it. Olive Garden's kind of dope. I'm not trying to shit on Olive Garden. I'm not trying to shit on like Chili's or Applebee's, but these are corporate organizations.
I've recently become a big fan of Chili's, man. I don't know what. Like I used to think Chili's and Applebee's were the same. Don't get me wrong. They're not the best, but Chili's shits on Applebee's.
Okay, so
sorry, sidebar.
Have I talked to you about this theory?
No, go on.
Everything's Applebee's. All right, so you start.
I like this theory.
I say the same thing. Everywhere I go, I'm like, call it Applebee's. I'm like, I don't want to eat there.
So you start with Applebee's. This is your like a cardinal presentation corporate restaurant. Okay.
Yes.
From there, you can digress and things just shift. Right?
Yeah.
So Chili's is Applebee's with a twist. It's got Chili's.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse is Chili's with peanuts. All right.
On the ground.
All right. And then you just keep twisting.
Taco Bell is Mexican Roadhouse.
Like Outback Steakhouse is Applebee's Australian.
Yeah.
So
that.
this is like there's like it's like a wheel inside. I'm not saying I'm onto something here.
I think you are onto something.
I'm watching you.
But I will say, I think it stops at In-N-Out because I fucking love In-N-Out and I will die by it. I will say
no. In-N-Out is its own thing, and Chick-fil-A's trying to be In-N-Out, but they're wrong.
Chick-fil-A is the fast food version. I mean, I know In-N-Out's fast food, but it's like Chick-fil-A is the Applebee's of In-N-Out.
Exactly.
Right?
All right. So everybody's trying to be Applebee's. Everybody's trying to be In-N-Out, and like you're just missing it. My father-in-law, he passed, but he used to love Applebee's, and Applebee's. No offense, Applebee's is trash.
Oh, it is trash. Applebee's knows what they are. Listen, if you sell $1 margarita, you know what you are. Okay.
I'm not saying I haven't been to Applebee's. I'm just saying that we were in San Francisco this past weekend, and we were walking downtown by Fisherman's Wharf, and I was like, oh, look, Gabby, in Applebee's. Do you want to go to Applebee's? And she's like, fuck no.
I really like the theory. Everything is Applebee's.
Everything is Applebee's.
This podcast is a version. Is a podcast version of Applebee's.
For sure.
Oh, that's fun. No, I really like that theory, honestly, because it does make sense when you start going, at least with corporate stuff.
Yeah.
It makes
Olive Garden is Italian Applebee's.
100%. No, 100%. That's a good clip right there. We're going to use that clip. No more promoting Raz N Health. Yeah, everything is Raz N Health. I was kidding. Is Applebee's.
Right. No, like there's a couple of really good runs locally that like definitely deserve their due. Like the Merced Run Club, they put a lot of stuff on. They do a ton of work. We've talked about this, but we got to talk about it some more. The Atwater 4th of July parade.
Oh yeah, you were like So I didn't realize because I grew up with the Atwater 4th of July parade, so I just thought that that's what parades are.
No.
Right?
So for context, I grew up outside of Boston in a city called New Bedford, Massachusetts. We have our own parades, but the Americana, Applebee's, the Applebee's Atwater parade sponsored by the Atwater 4th of July parade has like these 3 things going on that I think are super unique. All right, so the first one is the Merced Run Club does that run for independence right before the race. And if you've noticed, they do that shit in miles. All right, because America, they do a 3-mile run and they do a 5-mile run because they don't mess around like that.
Yeah, we're not doing a 10K run on 4th of July. Are you guys kidding me?
We're doing 10K.
Is a kilometer.
Yeah. We did that joke first. SNL stole our clip.
I mean, maybe we stole from SNL.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And it was right at the same time. And then they do the parade. And the parade is just the right amount of perfectly executed and really corny that is ideal. Like, for example, there's all those horses. That's so many dancing horses. I don't know what they do to those horses to make them do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, dancing horses are honestly, I'm like not only was someone like we're gonna break a horse to ride it. They're like, we're gonna break a horse to make it break dance. I'm like, what the hell?
Giant tractors.
Yeah.
We do this like America. We like vomit America onto trailers for Midstate, and we promote Raz N Health at it. And like we just hand out. Last year I was all dogmatic because I'm the CrossFit gym, right? So I'm supposed to be healthy. So we didn't hand out candy, and basically all of my coaching staff revolted this year and like we're giving out candy. We don't care
they're
what you
like,
have
hey.
to say.
Be 80% good, and we can be 20% candy, man.
Exactly.
Okay,
It's like you're listening. Damn it. And then the thing that makes it extra unique is they do that vendor fair immediately after it in the park.
I was gonna say the vendor fair is what makes it. I think,
so
honestly.
it's all three things. It's a run. It's 4th of July, and then
Parade,
it's like kettle corn.
And it's literally like, why don't we just have a fair basically?
Yeah.
And then they have and what really makes it is like, but we have to have a beer garden because you can't have you can't have like a fair or a festival without beer.
No, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning in the Atwater Portuguese halls. Like, we're selling Coors Lights.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, I'm down.
So best parade in the USA, or at least in
It is the most American.
most American parade.
Yeah, it is Americana to the
This side
gills.
of the Mississippi, at least.
Yeah, west
Yeah,
side of
for sure.
Mississippi.
I know people are going to be like, oh, but like 4th of July, Massachusetts, the beginning of the revolution, you turncoat. I'll Benedict Arnold your ass.
One lantern by whatever the fucking saying is.
Yeah.
Something Paul Revere.
For sure. That's like back home in Massachusetts, they take the revolution real serious. You guys couldn't care less about the revolution.
Yeah,
here,
but that's your guys' history.
yeah,
huh?
that's definitely like us.
But that's cool because it's like everything's old over there, right?
Yeah, like 1650 or 1640 is when like Boston is like 1623.
We're like in California,
coming
it's
back.
like 1800s.
Yeah,
is
for
like
sure.
the earliest before it was Mexico.
I saw like a sign for a brewery in San Francisco this weekend. It said like 1851, and they were like, it was cool.
Yeah.
1851's cool because that's like the 49ers. That's like right then and there. It was like all brick buildings. I was like, that's pretty cool. But that's like
Still 200 years.
it's not that long ago.
Yeah. Well, because Massachusetts was a freaking. It was like when it wasn't the USA. It was.
Yeah, it was a colony.
Yeah.
Like
I was
one
trying
of
to
the
think
first
of the word.
ones. Yeah.
I'm pretty geographically challenged, but so it's like, there's the oceans by Massachusetts?
Yeah,
or no?
so I grew up like in a fishing community. They do scallops back home.
So was it just like below Maine a little bit?
Yeah, essentially you're below Maine. So like I could drive to Boston from my house in about 45 minutes with no traffic. And just south of me, I lived on a peninsula. It was like Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket. And if you go west, you're going to like immediately run into Rhode Island. You're going to immediately run into Connecticut. And then New York's right there. So I could be in like New York by bus, like 3 hours, by train, like 2 hours.
And you grew up there until you met Gabby, right?
Well, we met on the East Coast. There's a bunch of Portuguese people on the East Coast that are related to everybody that lives here. And when she wanted to go to college, she was able to like do an adventure in Massachusetts, like get out of the bubble while also like if she got sick or like hurt herself or something, like there was like some like distant aunt that could
Yeah. Somebody's
scoop her up.
cousins.
Yes, all the teams.
Yeah.
I think she was pretty close to him for a little while. Definitely her mom like knows those people very well. Portuguese people, they run deep.
But you guys went to college together? Is that how you guys met?
Yeah. Yep.
And what was the college again?
UMass Dartmouth, but not the Dartmouth you're thinking of, just the University of Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Dartmouth College is like Ivy League.
But that college has probably been around since when?
It used to be called like South Coast College or something like that.
But is your college not crazy old? Dartmouth?
No,
the actual Dartmouth is.
Dartmouth's pretty old.
Yeah.
Ivy League school stuff's pretty old.
Yeah.
But I would say like in the 1800s.
Oh, it's
for
still
sure.
pretty old,
Yeah, it's
though.
pretty old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's older there than they are here.
Yeah.
Everything.
And then she brought you back?
Yeah, she was like,
She's like, I'm not going to live over here,
Yeah,
though.
well,
You're cool.
she got in school in Golden Gate University in the city, and we were like, oh, we're going to totally move to the Bay Area. It was so expensive to live in the Bay Area. It was so wild.
Did you guys try?
We toyed with the idea, but it was
Looked
very
up stuff.
Yeah, it was very like it was like, oh, I need to find a job to like pay for this, and none of the jobs I'm going to get are going to
Pay for this?
pay for the it's a juxtaposition.
And then what led you to, I'm sure we covered it last time, but what led you to like CrossFit? Like,
Oh, dude, I just needed some friends, to be honest. Like, and CrossFit gyms just really worked out that I could like.
Bro, you ever wear a suit from Dapper Man? It's a total game changer. They've been voted best men's store 2 years straight, and it shows. From everyday suits to once-in-a-lifetime occasions, they've got you covered. And when it comes to weddings, there's no one else I'd rather trust. No rentals, no guesswork, just real fits from people who actually know what they're doing. Remember, whether it's a job, a wedding, or just because you want to show up looking sharp, they've got you. You can reach them at 209-285-2424, and they are located at 3507 Tully Road, Suite 310 and 320, next to Mr. T's Donuts. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Dapper Man isn't just a store, it's a suit lounge. And it's not called Dapper Man for no reason, because you're going to be there looking dapper, man. It's that time. Declutter with ease and reclaim your space. Welcome to Be Junk Free Merced, where Scott Livesay is your go-to guru for hassle-free junk removal. Tired of tripping over unwanted items or feeling overwhelmed by clutter? Scott's got your back. Unlike other services that leave you with the heavy lifting, Scott swoops in and handles everything himself. Say goodbye to clutter and hello to the refreshed space. Reach out to Scott today for a quote, and let's make sure your junk disappears in a snap. You can reach him at 209-233-1519.
Find immediate friends. Like you go in there and you like sweat with somebody and like do hard shit. And they're like, I like how you do hard shit. And then you go grab beers. It's like, I'm still doing that to this day. That's essentially my whole life story. Like, hey, you like to do cool shit? I like to do cool shit. You want to go get a beer? And then friendship.
That's cool. And then because you guys, when did you move here to Merced?
We left July 4th, 2011.
And landed right at the Atwater Parade.
Yeah, for sure, bro. The 4th of July is like...
So 2011?
2011,
That's when I graduated high school.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But Gabby had just finished her undergraduate and we were about to... I was already a paramedic. I was already working as a paramedic. That's how that's how I kind of like got into like this Raz N Health thing. Like I watched people die from chronic disease. They should have never ended up in my ambulance. They weren't taking care of themselves. Nobody had taught them. They never knew how to. And before they knew it, they were chronically ill with morbid obesity and diabetes and a heart disease. And I'm seeing them on their worst days where you're like, I feel terrible. It's like, oh, it's because you're having a heart attack right now. And a lot of that's incredibly preventable. And I'm like doing CrossFit and a bunch of like the methodology talks about like the management of chronic disease, taking care of your lab values while also taking care of like how fast do you run, how much can you lift, how quickly can you move, like all these, how are you taking care of yourself is a very holistic way of thinking about things. Meanwhile, I'm like dishing out fentanyl and morphine to people for
just pain, huh?
Yeah, for a bunch of different reasons. Some people really needed it. Some people were really messing with the system, and it really weared on my like morality. So that's how I found myself outside of ambulances, running CrossFit gyms, and going out to the community, hanging out with people like you, stakeholders, leadership in the community, and like trying to do something about it.
Trying to prevent it before it gets to that.
Yeah, if I can help one person not die of some bullshit, because it really is just a bunch of bullshit. Like I'm down with that. That's a life worth living. So.
No, that's cool. Damn. Life worth living.
Yeah, I'm trying.
No. And I like what you said, like about Merced and about how like somebody has to do it. Like somebody has to like actually go out there and do something. And that's what I was like, oh, like I kept on thinking like when I was growing up, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if somebody did this. It'd be cool if somebody did that.
You're right.
And then I was like, oh, why don't I just try to do it? And like the freaking naysayers and the worst people are you'll try to do something and they'll talk shit about it. And guess what? Those people are just unhappy people. And that's what I had to like tell myself, because like in the very beginning, it's like comments and stuff like actually bothers me. And then I'm like, well, that's like the people who comment negative stuff are literally the worst people in the world, in my opinion. Like just because like you're hating on somebody. Well, yeah, you're hating on somebody trying. And that's my thing that like kind of irks me. And that's why I was just like, well, you could say all you want now, but like, I'm trying to do something better for the community. And yes, I do it in a different way. Yes, I still make fun of the area. Yes, I do all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like I have people like you on. I have people actually doing stuff.
Well, humor, I really think that humor goes a long way in connecting with people. And if you can't self-reflect on like talking a little shit about things that you love, because that's like where I'm from. If I'm not talking shit to your face and defending you when you're not here, like we're not friends. Like I get to say that about Micah.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Micah's face. You don't get to say that.
yeah.
You know, like, and that's how I've always lived. That's the culture of New England. Like, I'll
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. No, what you say about Micah? Get over here. And then like, but that's like a real thing. And I think if there was a little bit more of that in the Central Valley, where like pride. That's what I'll call it. I'll call it like a little bit of pride.
And
it would
is
go
a lot-
long way.
It's a lot more, like, I feel like literally, like, since 2020, it is night and day difference of, like, I feel like there was, like, a shift, from 2019 to, like, after the pandemic and stuff. It made people, like, appreciate, like, we aren't a big city, yes, but, like, we still have a lot of things, and when shit hits a fan, it's not nearly as bad as, like, when people couldn't walk outside in, like, San Francisco and LA. You know what I mean? Out here, people were just, like, we're happy to be outside and see people again.
I think the Central Valley has, like, all the best qualities of California and all of the convenience. I just spent the last 3 days at a Grateful Dead concert in the center of San Francisco, and that was pretty cool. But from what I could tell, the city was pretty vacant. There was some cool parts of the city. I loved driving around. We got in a Waymo.
Oh, Waymos are crazy, right?
That was crazy sauce.
Bro.
I wasn't ready.
But it does feel safer than an Uber.
it
I
was
feel
so
like-
convenient.
Yeah, well, and it's just like you don't have to deal with somebody talking to you, or like, you know what I mean. Like, I feel like every Uber experience I have, I'm like, I don't want to be in this car right now.
It was a really wild experience.
Because when I went to Scottsdale in like February, all they had were Waymos, and I was like, I will pay a little extra for not talking to somebody.
It was. I only did it once. I did it last night, and as I'm driving in the Waymo, it's driving me.
Yeah.
Somebody was like trying to parallel park, and it beeped at him, and I. Oh,
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and the Boston, and I was like, oh, that's right, Waymo, you get him, you get him. Fuck that guy.
Dude, but you see, like, when you look at the screen, you can see, like, you'll see the car right there. You'll see someone, like, walking across it. Okay, I'm gonna...
Yeah, it's got that screen.
Yeah, it's got the screen, but it'll literally show somebody, like, carrying a bag, walking across the street. And all I think that is okay, you've seen The Dark Knight?
Of course.
Okay, you know The Dark Knight when he has, like, the vision and, like, he can see everybody as, like,
it's the
figures
same
walking.
technology.
That's what it is. And, like, I was like, I know that used to exist, and that's how they, like, wrote that into that movie. But it's funny that it's, like, 20 years later, now we actually get to see the actual technology, like, coming out.
It's really something, because I was talking to Gabby about it, and it's like, Waymo never get tired. Waymo never turn off. Waymo, you just get in the Terminator, and the Terminator, this is how it starts, right? First you get in the Terminator, then the Terminator eats you.
Yeah.
Like, but here we go. Like, there's no stopping it now.
Oh, no, now.
Like, now if you're in the city of San Francisco, like, honestly, you should have nothing to ever worry about, because if you ever don't like where you are, you can just hunker down. A Waymo's gonna come. Like,
Yeah.
you're never.
It
have to
doesn't
wor-
care if you're in the
Oh,
ghetto.
yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. It's coming. Like,
Yeah.
it was like it's 3:00 in the morning. You're trashed. Like, you're like where you shouldn't be. Okay, well, don't worry about it, because pull up your Waymo app and go to this location, and
It's pretty
the
chill.
robot will come get you. You don't have to worry about tired humans. You don't have to worry about they're sick of it. They're turning it off for the night. No.
There is a
It's
funny video
always gonna be
though
there.
of like all these like Waymos go to park somewhere, but like there's like something that goes wrong and like all of the Waymos are just driving in a circle, and it's just a video of like Waymos not knowing what to do, just driving in like
I can definitely
a
see
glitch of a circle.
like how weird would it be if like, because it's gonna happen where like the Waymo gets a flat tire. And you're
Yeah.
like- and then it all like starts blinking red. It's like, get out of the car.
Yeah,
Get out
they
of the
definitely
car.
need to get some crazy voice to be in the Waymo to talk to you.
Well, there was a woman,
Dude.
the woman that was talking
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
stars, like, welcome to Waymo.
Dude, those voices kind of irk me. Like when I go to Lowe's and it's like the thing on the speaker's like, lock your key or lock your doors, blah blah blah. Like I just hate like dystopian thingies like that. And I know we are just in a dystopian society,
but like again, like a little bit of Central Valley, like the dystopian stuff's gonna come to us last. So like,
it'll be perfected before.
oh, yeah,
it gets
it's
to
all
it.
gonna like. I was telling Gabby, I was like, I think this is like more of a industrialized inner city thing. I can't see Waymo coming. Like, I bet you Modesto would get Waymo.
Well, Waymos can't go on freeways right now. They don't allow it to. So it's like back road. It's just like stops. I know
That makes sense.
Because when I went to Scottsdale, I had to take us to the airport, but it went like on all the back roads to get to the airport. And I was just like, honestly, I probably prefer not going 75 miles an hour in a fucking driver or like, a car that's driving itself. Then again, I probably trust that thing definitely more than an Uber driver. Waymo is Applebee's.
Waymo is the Applebee's of taxis.
Yeah. No, I think taxis might be the Applebee's of Waymo, honestly.
That's right.
Yeah. Because you got to deal with the service and all the bullshit with a real taxi.
That's right.
But the Waymo is just freaking.
That's right. You're right.
Waymo is like the lover's deli, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, Waymo is
It's
the
like the
lover's
peak.
deli of public transportation.
Yeah.
It's just...
That's funny. So looking back from like last year's Raz N Health Festival, like what has that taught you? What did you learn from that whole experience?
One of the things I taught me is like, sometimes we shouldn't go that big. I had the biggest come down from like the event. It was like the next day and I was like, I think we've ruined all of our relationships. Everybody hates us, and that was just too much. And like I just really had.
I talked for 12 hours straight.
Dude, it was so much. I just had like this huge emotional come down, and I had to go talk to my buddy Marcus Gurzy, and he actually called me. He's like, "You good, bro?" And I was like, "Honestly, not really." Like I'm like,
because I think you hyper focus on that for a year, right? And then when it's over, you're like kind of like now what?
Yeah, I was very
was it good? I don't know. Like that.
We relied on volunteers a lot, and like we try to get them fed, and we try to take care of people really well. But ultimately, like there was a lot of asks, and I didn't love just asking of people over and over and over again. It kind of drained me a little bit, and I didn't want to like fracture relationships because I'm like, hey, I have this vision, and I can give you bonuses and stuff, but like. I can't pay you for this. Like, I don't even know if we're gonna make money on this.
Yeah.
We might spend money on this.
That's what you kept saying. Like you're like, I don't even know if we're going to.
We went really big. We went gigantic.
You did.
And we're still gonna be pretty big this year as well.
Well, now you can focus on like the run. You know what I mean?
So the difference about this year and last year is we are not doing a CrossFit competition. We are not doing a functional fitness competition this year. It's not a no forever. It's very likely that we do it next year, but it'll be like the Winter and Summer Olympics. Every other year, we do the event, and then every year we always do the run. That way, we're like always in the zeitgeist, I guess you could say, of like take care of yourself. That's self-responsibility. Advocate for one another by participating in things that help you move your body, and then mentor people who are not quite there yet. Like call people out on their bullshit. Like if you've got a buddy who you're worried about because like they have like poor choices or like poor habits, like I don't know why people don't call people out that they care about more often. Like, hey, like you're kind of fucking up right now.
Yeah.
Like you do not need to go down this road. Come on.
Well, I think as the older you get, that's what you want more of. But like when you're younger, it's like you're not thinking like that. You're just not even thinking like that. But the older you get, like the more like. And as soon as I had kids, it was just like, and it's not the switch like where I thought it was like a switch instantly where you're like, I gotta do better. Like some people say it's like instantly. For me, it was like it's like a slow learning process of like, oh, like a lot of stuff is bullshit and doesn't matter, and like. Kids make you focus on what you actually care about. And like, it's like relationships. Like when I look for friends now, it's like, I want a friend that's gonna, like you're saying, that's gonna call me out on my bullshit and be like, hey, you should be doing this, or hey, you should
You said you wanted to do this. Are you doing that?
Or just friends that make you better. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I think you get stuck in your old ways a lot, or like you do things for so long a certain way, and it's just like, you kind of like strive for that like actual deep connection. You know what I mean?
At least care.
Yeah,
right? Like, because there's a lot of people that are like friendships of convenience. Like, and not that not all friendships are gonna last forever. That's foolish. Like there is a version of like, hey, all of our kids are in T-ball together, and for the next 5 years, we all do this T-ball thing. It's a thing. It's happening. It's happening in my life right now, and it's like, I like these people, but there's going to be a moment in which like all the kids are not in soccer anymore, and they've all gone to the different
separate
high schools,
ways,
right? Like,
yeah.
And it's not that like those moments weren't meaningful, because they were meaningful. I do like you, but like you're more of an acquaintance, and there's other people that you like pour into, and those people that pour into you or you pour into them, like those are the relationships that you should like cultivate and really make sure that like, I guess there's people that will call you, and there's people that you call, and there's if you ever find a friend where it's equally happening, those are the people that you should like be more mindful of. Like, hey, this person's pouring into me, I'm pouring into them. And I mean, I'm almost 40. So
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Oh.
So
Good looking 38-year-old.
I'm trying. It's the beers. And it's the beers and the fitness. It's the 80-20. And so like, I don't actually have a lot of time to
hang out,
to kick it. I'm not kicking it.
Yeah.
Like, so if I'm gonna hang out with somebody, like I would like to know, and I do definitely have friends like this. I'd like to know that like they care about me, adult friendship is really difficult.
Like you don't like surface level stuff. I feel like you can get by for like a long time. Like when you're younger, like
sure.
it's whatever. Like you know what I mean. But then at some point, it's like I actually will. Like it's not that I want like us to meet up and hang out and it to be like it doesn't need to be like, oh, we're like getting deep instantly, but it's like hey, are you good? Like a serious care about the person.
A care.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like you should be on the golf course. This is a funny meme. It's like, so you good, bro? But it's like cuz the
it's like what you really mean basically.
Yeah, like but like there's something about like who do you go to the golf course with? And if it's surface layer, like that could drain you because you're trying to keep up appearances. Well, if you're like with one of your boys and you're advocating for one another and you're talking a little bit of shit and having a good laugh and you know that that person's not just going to disappear into the ether now that the golf game is over, but rather like no, there'll be another opportunity in the not so distant future where like you build each other up through watching the game together or, just having a nice conversation via memes. Because who says anything to anybody anymore?
It's like I'm saying this to you so you know that I care about you.
And not to like bring it full circle, but like the idea behind this entire conversation is like, if you have people like that in your life and the habits are healthy, as in like you move your bodies together, like in fitness, or you choose to do things like eat a little bit better around one another, or like advocate that that your friends aren't like dealing with substance abuse and like, or like you're dealing with each other's like mental health and not like each other's therapists, but rather like when you say you good, bro, like that actually means like, hey, like if you're not good, like just let me know. And like, I don't know what to do about that, but we'll figure it out.
Dude, this whole with the studio and everything, I was going through it because like, it was just, it's hard. It's one of those things where it's like you start a business and you're like, I think it's gonna be kind of easy, and it's like way harder than because like I'm not I'm a happy person. I'm the typical like I like to joke around, I like to be happy, and then like when I got the studio for like the first like 6 months, I was like, what the fuck am I doing, honestly? And like I remember I went to the gym one time and you're like, you good? And I'm like, I'm here. Like you know what I mean? But like it's just one of those things where it's like even like you're saying, the you good thing is sometimes it's just like you need somebody to know that like I'm not good, but like I'm okay, but I'm not good. You know what I mean?
Or like when I'm saying like you good, what I'm saying is like, Micah, I know you're not good.
Literally.
Like I'm not trying to call you on your bullshit, but like
it's okay.
Like
we're here, basically.
We're here. Like, but what do you need? Like, because I will schedule that. Tell me to schedule photography. I will come do the photography. Not like it's not an ask, it's a tell. I'm down for. If it's one of my boys or like a girl in my friend group, and they're like, I need you right now, and I don't know what that means, but it could just mean like advocating for spending time outside the bubble that's causing you problems. A little bit of planning, maybe some jokes. Talk a little shit. If you are sad, why don't I make fun of your sadness? That might make you laugh.
No, seriously.
That might make you laugh.
It's just like a little break of it. You know what I mean? And dude,
and there's just not enough of that in the world because everybody's on their goddamn cell phones. Everybody's sitting in their rooms doing nothing, watching Netflix. Like there's not enough grassy areas. And like Merced can fix these problems. Like we could have like a really nice bike path. We could have like a really nice restaurant.
I will stand by Merced's bike paths. You know what I mean? Listen, do we have some homeless people? I wish we're not on the bike paths. Yes, but as far as like some people were like, there's no bike paths in Merced. I'm like, oh, hey, you shut the fuck up because we at least have like we have none on Main Street this side of it, right? But we have a good amount on Bear Creek and then like
Bear Creek's awesome.
Over by my like Farron's Park area. Those bike paths are cool. Like I like that we actually have bike paths.
My son was in the Twisters volleyball program, and it's at Rivera. Rivera School, and you can get on the bike path super easy from there.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it goes all the way out. They can just ride that thing all the way.
You can go far.
All the way to Campus Parkway, all the way around. Like you just keep going.
And it's one of those things where you don't realize how. That's why I was like,
homeless people are like a really. It's a problematic question because like honestly, I'm not trying to ask if they're a good bro. That problem's beyond us.
Well,
but at the same time, are you having a problem with the homeless people around? Like they're not bothering me. I know it's not the most pleasant thing to look at.
It's not ideal,
but like this ain't Skid Row.
Yeah.
Like I live where our business is on 15th Street, which is like the thoroughfare to get to the homeless shelter, and. Are they an inconvenience because sometimes they're being a bit vagrant? Yeah, that's true. But like every time I like walk up to them and say like, hey, you can't actually be here.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is a family establishment. Like there's women, there's children. Like I'm trying to do something here. Can you not be here? They're always like, I've very, very rarely has anybody like MF'd me or like been rude about it. Like, oh, my bad. I'm just dumpster diving in your stuff right now. And like, all right, once you're done with that though, can you like not make this mess and then like, can you move on?
Yeah, they just want you to treat them like a person, honestly. And that's the thing is that they get so many shut eyes, ignored, everything like that, that like at the end of the day, it's like you just probably walking up to them and like saying like, hey, I understand
that you think that you can be here, but like I prefer you not to be here.
Yeah, but I'm talking to you like a person.
Yes.
I'm not yelling at you to like get out of here. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what they want. But yeah, I just mean the homeless people between R and
I think
the R and M Street bike path is like, dude. One time I was running with my dog, and my dog like someone's laying in the middle of the bike path, and my Lindsay gets mad at me because I just run over the person, like not like on top of them, but I just jump over them.
Yeah.
And then my dog stops and literally goes up to their face and sniffs them, and I was like. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but like,
I think there's a part of it is like not the Central Valley's fault at all, but like, I think just the lack of like woods. You can't really hide your ugly in the Central Valley. Like that's why there's like fences everywhere. Like you can't. It's a flat desert. Like you can just see where people's trash is.
It really is.
And like it's like no hiding it. Well, if like on the East Coast, there's just woods everywhere. It's the same amount of bullshit everywhere, except like there's just a bunch of green foliage in the way of someone's trailer, and you're like, no, but my trailer is just really.
Well, I think
prominent.
homeless people naturally go from the East Coast because they're like, it's too cold over here. I can't survive in the wintertime, right? And so that's where like. Central Valley or like I'm sure Midwest towns and stuff deal with it, but when it doesn't get so cold, it's like that's literally why there's so many homeless people in LA is because it's like if I was a homeless person, that's where I'd go too. It's like
hell yeah.
Literally like 70 degrees all year long.
I've got a bunch of friends in Hawaii, and they say it's really bad there too. Hawaii is just like filled.
That honestly sounds like pretty nice if I was homeless.
they get like one-way flights and like
that's what we got to do. A one-way flight from Central Valley to. I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
I think I cut you off when I said, "What did you learn though from?"
Oh no, it's okay. That's par for the course. That's par for the. Welcome to the Central Valley podcast. When I come and visit, who knows what we're talking about? I learned that we do not have to go that big to get that much impact. We don't have to burden ourselves with like perfection. We can really do like a really good job and have fun with it, and people will meet us where we're at, and they're just excited that there's something cool to do.
Well, and you were like a CrossFit gym, so you're like, we got to involve I mean, going into it, I'm sure it's like, we got to involve CrossFit, and then it was like, let's add a race to it, let's do all these things, and then like, which makes sense for like, especially for the first time, because you're like, I want to represent my community, you know, right. My CrossFit community.
People are definitely bummed we're not doing the CrossFit.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
But on the flip side of it, I'm sure it makes it like 60%, 70% easier.
90% easier.
Yeah.
90% easier.
Because now it's just vendor fare you got to worry about and race you got to worry about.
Not to sell it short though. I think that people are going to come out. I think if you're a vendor at the event, you're going to have a bunch of foot traffic. It's still at the Tarmac. They've been great this year. It's still at the Castle Air Museum. They're awesome. It's still at like one of the nicer venues that we have here in the Merced County area, especially on the 99 corridor. I really like how Tarmac runs their business. I like how they've managed our partnership. I really think that this is an event that like if we can keep this up, the run itself is super unique. No one's running through an air museum.
Paint it for me.
All right, so you started at the Tarmac, so you're like, I'm getting a mimosa as soon as I come back. and you run down like where they used to swear in the officers. It's like all 50 flags of all the different states, and you run around that oval, and you come back into Castle Air Museum, and it's like anywhere from planes from the 1940s all the way through like badass jets and
there's some cool like
huge bombers. So
the Top Gun planes are there and stuff.
We have pictures of people running, and it's got like this logo, which was the Strategic Air Command, which was basically back in the day when we were like in a Cold War. The America out of Castle Air Museum or Castle Air Force Base was like, fuck with us and we'll drop nukes on you. And it's like this gauntlet fist with like a lightning bolt in it. And it's like these people running. And it's just like local people. And that's our history. Like, I mean, to a certain degree, like a lot of individuals are here in this community because they got stationed at Castle Air Museum and they stayed.
Well, and Merced's probably is what it is today because of Castle Air Museum. And it's like when you grow up here, it's just like, you see it your whole life and you kind of almost just forget that it exists. But I feel like this is a reminder of our history. This is a reminder of our past and like why we are here in Merced County is because like this wasn't just like by accident. It was like an actual meaning with actual purpose.
Yeah, there's definitely always going to be an agricultural touch to the Central Valley, but all of that was created out of nothing too. And then when they built the air base, that brought in a bunch of other stuff. And you talking like all these old hats, they loved Atwater when the air base was open. They're like they talk about how how nice of a town this was then, and a little bit of military money and people coming in and out, young families. Like we can have that without having federal money. Like we can be the nice suburb. I was in San Francisco proper, 2-hour drive. I can be in Santa Cruz, 2-hour drive. Like those people have real pride in their community. Like keep Santa Cruz weird. Like that's a thing. Like
that's cool.
Merced can have that kind of vibe. Like we just got a skate store. Like everybody should we just got McNamara Park has a skate spot. Like where I'm from, when people started putting murals on the walls and when people started like skateboarding or like had like vibes, that's when New Bedford really started to like become a city that was worth living in. And now 20 years later, the city is dope as hell, and I'm pissed about it because I live here in Merced now. And
I gotta start over, man.
Yeah, God damn it.
But like you're saying,
and I'm seeing it in Merced.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the art is coming back. Like when towns I feel like start to care about art, start to care about like the community and stuff like that. It's like they start with like the extracurricular things that like I feel like a lot of people are like, why are you spending money on that? Or but like a lot of times I feel like old heads. They don't really...
No, they don't get it.
They're anti the change because it's been a certain way for so long. But it's like, bro, you got to let this new generation like create what the city is to them as well.
This is the way that Merced moves forward in a way that allows commerce to happen is you have to embrace the arts. We have to find the niche, whether it's music or entertainment. I've been to a bunch of the comedy shows recently, and like... If you can,
have you been to an offline show yet, or no?
I have not, but I went to the comedy show, 2 different comedy shows. What's the Mexican place across the street from King's? Trevino's.
Yeah,
oh God, they wild. Those are wild nights. Comedy shows at Trevino's is the wildest thing you've ever experienced in your entire life. But like that's the kind of weird that I think if we start to embrace that and we start to embrace the arts,
Especially when the whole thing of the city has been like, there's nothing to do. And when there's stuff to do, people are still saying that. I'm like, bro, no, there's stuff to do now. You can't say that anymore.
We have to move through all these initiatives, whether it's the Raz N Health initiative, whether it's Central Valley podcast. We have to move from Merced is a town that has a UC, and we have to move into the idea that we are a college town, which means we're going to have to embrace some change. And does that mean that sometimes like the hippies or like the artsy types or like the flamboyantness can come into the town? Cool. If that brings commerce, if that brings vibrant businesses, if that brings like cool and unique initiatives that people want to be a part of, like the United Way is going to like
Oh, rappel down.
belay or rappel down its building.
Side of the
like,
Tioga, yeah.
like that's cool.
Dude,
like,
what, United Way hit me up. They're like, we want you to like promote this. I was like, oh, really? And then like they were like, we want to do like they're we've been in literally he came to me and he was like, we've been in the community for 70 years and no one knows what the fuck we do.
Yes.
And I was just
which
like,
was a super good promo.
yeah. And then he was like,
it.
and I was like, oh, well, what can we do? And he's like, well, I like Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. I like these type of vibes. And he was like, so he's like, and then like that's what we came with the idea of like, okay, well, what if you keep saying, oh, you do this, and we like shout out all the other things in the community that are going on, but like we don't do any of that. And he was like, that's what I want. Like he just says like, and I was like, oh, I was like, oh, it'd be funny if I was like, what the F do you guys even do? But you're a nonprofit, so like we don't have to do that. And he was like, no, that's what I want. And it's like people like even when it comes to like the nonprofit level are like, no, we need to think about marketing and doing things like forget the old way and the PC way and everything else.
Forget all of the what was like. If you want to be the new Applebee's, you're gonna have to be creative.
There's a theme here.
Like, in my mind, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna have like, if you're gonna have cool, then you're gonna have to have a new genre, and Merced's gonna not have to recreate itself, but it is gonna have to bring out the best parts of itself. It's convenience. It's gateway to Yosemite vibes, like your T-shirt. Like
I gotta plug this later.
individuals that like want to do things, and instead of poo-pooing on the idea, who are maybe patrons who would be into the idea of philanthropy associated with taking care of individuals that want to do something? Because go-getters might not be the people with money in their pockets. And money in the pockets might not be people that are the go-getters. But if we can get those people on like the podcast here or like advocating for one another in like the different social elements, like this is how we're actually going to have a nice town. It's not going to be some state-run initiative because the 99 now looks just slightly better, I guess, sort of, or whatever.
Whatever you've been doing for fucking.
It's not it.
Yeah.
That's not it. Like, I love the example of like the Tri-Tippery in Belico. Like that's a dope ass restaurant. It's in the middle of goddamn nowhere, but you know what? That place freaking rules. And like.
It's like
they just chose to open the Tri-Tippery. Like we can, where's the Tri-Tippery not in Belico? How is that not on Main Street?
Yeah, you're right. Where did we just go? Yard House? Where was it, Charlie? What did we just saw Alabama. Dust Bowl reached out to me and they're like, hey, do you want to
the fruit yard?
The fruit yard. They had that. So all I do the fruit yard was like I would stop there when I used to live in Turlock, go to the mountains, and I come back. I'd stop there for tri-tip sandwich. I didn't know like, and then they recently, or I don't know how recently, but they had like a big ass amphitheater back there now.
Yes,
and it's like massive, cool, like. Basically general seating, and you could just sit on a grassy hill
and watch good music.
Yeah, exactly. We saw Alabama out there, and it was just hella fun. And shout out Dust Bowl because they were just like, "We'll give you 2 free tickets if you make a video." And I was like, "Cool." And I was like, asked my wife, I was like, "Do you want to go?"
Would you like to go on a date/work?
Well, me and Charlie went on a date together, basically. There, it was really fun. So Charlie, my favorite video.
I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Yeah. The best video was like, I was like, Charlie, I want to like, I'm just like in the middle of the crowd, like by myself, and like Charlie's just like filming, but basically it's like the whole crowd, and then he goes to me, and it's just like me having a blast, but just like singular by myself, just drinking, and I was like, that's the shot, Charlie.
I was at the Grateful Dead concert this weekend, and at some point in time yesterday, and I had the vantage point.
But
to
be clear, you guys, this guy saw Grateful Dead 3 days in a row. Go on.
3 days in a row, and at some point in time,
or Dead and Company with
Dead, same. Yeah. John Mayer and the Dead.
John fucking Mayer.
And
attention Central Valley farmers, agribusinesses, and dairy owners. M-Mig Construction understands that your operation is the backbone to America's food supply, and they're here to help you thrive. They specialize in designing, fabricating, and erecting high-quality structures tailored to your needs. Rooted in Atwater, the heart of the Central Valley, they bring unmatched expertise, efficiency, and craftsmanship to every dairy, ag, and commercial construction project. Whether you're building from the ground up or renovating an existing structure, they work with you to turn your vision into into a reality. Call M-Mig Construction today at 209-724-9488 or visit mmigconstruction.com. Trust a team that values quality, reliability, and has the trust of our community. You know what I love? Vanessa's Ice Cream Shop. And for 20 years, they've been serving the sweet taste of tradition. They specialize in authentic Michoacan-style ice cream and paletas. Elias Figueroa learned the craft in ice cream shops across Mexico, and now he brings that same passion and tradition to our community here. Visit Vanessa's Ice Cream Shop at 7020 Walnut Avenue in Winton, California, or 710 Carroll Avenue in Merced. And remember to treat yourself to something truly special. Vanessa's Ice Cream Shop. Hey, are you looking to boost your business without the cost of purchasing an expensive ATM or dealing with processing? Cal Central ATM Company has you covered. They provide free ATMs, yes, that's right, free ATMs to businesses like dispensaries, liquor stores, gas stations, barbershops, and more. Reach out today and ask about their wireless card readers. Save money and streamline your transactions with ease and without the card reader fees. Let Cal Central ATM help your business grow. You can reach them today at calcentral23@gmail.com. With personalized care, experienced therapists, and a focus on helping you move better and feel better, Valley Performance Physical Therapy is the go-to spot for all your rehabilitation and wellness needs. They don't just treat symptoms, they get to the root of the problem so you can get back to doing what you love, pain-free. You can reach them at 209-626-5350 to schedule an appointment and are located at 1180 West Olive Avenue in Merced. You know you got to support local by spending local? Trans-County Title is your only locally veteran-owned and operated title company. They have been serving Merced County since 1985 and are ready to help you with your next escrow transaction. By choosing Trans-County Title, your dollars stay local. They are members of local organizations developed to support and improve our community. They offer amazing marketing tools to their agents to better assist you with a smooth transaction and also provide you with the best customer service. Because at Trans-County Title, our service is the difference.
There was this giant windmill, like a faux windmill, but dead and lights and that kind of thing, festival. And he climbed all the way to the top of it. He must have been tripping balls or whatever. Maybe just a little bit of crazy.
Just a random guy?
Yeah, just a random human. Maybe like 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah. Was this the Dutch windmill?
The Dutch windmill.
It wasn't part of the show. It was like the actual Dutch windmill that they have there in the park?
Yeah, in the park.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He climbed all the way to the tippity top of it and was staring like down the barrel of the concert with like 60,000 people all around him. It must have been the wildest visual experience.
How many people were there? 60,000?
It's what the polo fields can like. That's what the internet says, and it looked like a full.
It
looked like a full
kicked them
thing.
out, though?
It's not.
Nobody
Is
got-
it gold?
I thought the cops brought it up. Okay, I'm pretty sure.
But it's not. Is it in Golden Gate Park? No. It's
Yeah,
not
it's in
that.
Gold-
Okay,
yeah, it's
okay,
in
that's what
Gold-
it is.
yeah,
Okay,
the one
that's what I
right-
thought.
yeah, Golden
That's
Gate
generally
Park.
where the the big ass.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like one of the coolest festivals, and I've done Bottle Rock, I've done Ohana Fest, and I've done this as like a 3-day music event. This one was particularly unique. It was cool.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
As a deadhead.
As a deadhead.
Yeah.
And then
Self-identified.
And does John Mayer bring his? Do they have anything released with John Mayer? Just live stuff?
No, they have never made. They've never released new music as
Like,
Dead and
even
Company.
just
it's
like
only covers of the Dead.
But like, have they even released his covers of the Dead?
No, well,
Probably
yes.
just,
Well, they've done
just the
like,
live versions, right?
It's all just live.
Well, it's you would think they would let's re-record an album with John Mayer.
No, that's not. Only the live studio stuff.
Does
Only the
John Mayer
live
even still
stuff.
do stuff for himself anymore?
I mean,
I feel like he likes the old-fashioned rock and roll.
So two really good friends of mine, people that I want to pour into, and they definitely pour into us. And Amanda and Rick Marchini. So Amanda, she loves John Mayer, like early 2000s John Mayer. Your body is a wonderland. Yeah. She loves that John Mayer.
Father speaker.
Yeah, exactly. And so she goes to this concert, and it's the Grateful Dead. It's Dead and Company, but this is old hippies, this is young hippies, this is the freaks and the clowns.
But she was imagining it was going to be a little more John Mayer.
A little bit more John Mayer. And she's wandering through this crowd, which is pretty spicy. It's a spicy meatball. And she's like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And I was like, I don't know.
I thought your Body is Wonderland was going to play at a break of this.
I mean, he still sounds like John Mayer. He still sings like John Mayer. He still plays guitar like John Mayer, but he's playing Grateful Dead.
That's sick. Do you guys remember when John Mayer almost lost his voice? He had like some disease or something at one point, and he like couldn't sing for like 6 months or a year. And it's like he had like the vocal cord surgery that they. Yeah, that's pretty strong.
I've had a friend do it. This was a really good beer.
Yeah, I give you that one because like that was a little too strong for my liking. But
I had
good.
So I don't know what you do on travel days, but In-N-Out is an absolute must.
Yeah, almost every time.
So I smashed 2 double doubles protein style on the way over here.
Oh, on the way over here.
Glorious. Do you go onion or no onion?
I do grilled onions.
You go grilled
onions. I
go grilled onions if I do bun. But I did protein style because I was trying to watch my girlish figure, and after 3 days of concert, I was like, I should probably get lettuce and not.
Yeah, you're like, dude. My go-to In-N-Out order is grilled onions, added chilies, and then if I'm feeling crazy, pickles. But sometimes I feel like pickles ruins it. So I buy grilled onions, added chilies almost every single time.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I'm the classic animal style, which comes with the grilled onions and the pickles, not the chilies.
Oh, yeah. I never get my animal style burger because I feel like it's low-key already almost there if I add grilled onions.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what am I paying extra for?
I guess
fries, I get the animal style.
That's when you know I'm kind of effed up. If I'm like at an In-N-Out and I'm getting the animal style fries, I normally have made choices in that evening.
I normally don't get animal style fries, or like I'll do the thing where I'm like, if I get protein style, I'm like, fuck it, I want to get animal style because it evens out to be normal again.
Yeah, you're looking for caloric intake. You're just trying to watch my gluten intake.
Yeah, you're like, that's why I'll do a protein style with animal style fries, please.
Perfect. That's good. That's good living.
Yeah, exactly. And then let's bring it back to Raz N Health real quick.
No, it's fine.
No, I'm just trying to think of what else. Oh, so when is it this year? How can people sign up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's give them like the
September 20th. Gosh, I should find my cell phone and
you
look
got
this
it?
up.
Is it? You have your cell phone on you?
It's over in that table over there.
You can grab it.
All right,
quick. Yeah, you're good.
Stand by.
I'll plug this shirt. All right, guys, I got this shirt for sale. Just created it. We got the pine and palm right here with half dome. And let me turn it around. I'll try to do this without, okay, this feels weird, but I'm going on my knees to show off this shirt. Gateway to Yosemite shirt, you guys, okay? Merced, California. Fresno's trying to claim it. Oakdale's trying to claim it. They're not the gateway to Yosemite. If you guys want to buy these t-shirts, DM my Instagram because it's too hard to actually set up a website where you can buy it. But that's it. Now back to the Raz N Health Fitness Festival when it is.
Hell yeah. Here's the thing, guys. September 20th. Is absolutely the date. Why do I even doubt myself? What do I even doubt?
But I think you're just getting it so that you know.
So, big picture. Let's get a plug in.
Let's go. Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So the Raz N Health Fitness Festival is sponsored by Centurion Boats. They have been an incredible partner. They're locally owned. They really take care of the community. They have an idea in mind about what they want to do with their brand, and it lines up so nicely with us. They're doing a salute to service the weekend before. So if you're a service member or somebody of like the first responder community and you want to get on a Centurion boat and like learn how to wake surf, then the week before they're going to get a bunch of individuals together and do a day out on Yosemite Lake. Then the next week...
Which is so underrated. Sorry, go on.
Yosemite Lake is a little underrated.
Dude, I went there the other day and like my friend was having like he did like a concert out there and it was like the most beautiful sunset that sunset was the most beautiful sunset I think like I've seen, and I was like, what the hell?
Well, because it's secretly actually like the very beginning of the foothills.
Yeah, like, you see the hills with it. Yeah.
So on September 20th...
Sorry, we cannot talk without fucking interrupting sidebars.
This is good. It's good. September 20th, the Raz N Health Fitness Festival is going to be bringing a 5K and a 10K run. The 10K is new to Castle Air Museum and Castle Air Base. It starts and ends at Tarmac, who is also a partner, and will open up their doors, open their taps up early, have a couple of specialty morning drinks, and we're going to do a vendor fair, some live music, and just have a day where we get to talk about health and wellness. We'll have a couple of guest speakers throughout like the early portions of the morning, and we're just going to get together and really start to dial in what does it look like to have self-responsibility. Like go into the idea that you're going to go to this 5K, you're going to go to this 10K. We're getting medals this year for our winners.
Hell yeah.
Because they demand it.
Yeah, you got to.
They demand it.
If you have a race.
We only have one mistake last year, and the one mistake was no medal. So this year, we're making it up to everybody.
Yeah.
And then from there, we hope to just really talk about what we've been talking about here today. Teaching people self-responsibility, like you're responsible for yourself. If you want to have a better community, start with yourself. And then how do we advocate for one another? How do we mentor for one another? If you're interested in Midstate CrossFit, we are the people that are sponsoring it. If you want to learn more about other organizations that can either subsidize you or like be something that is supplemental to your health, a bunch of those people will be around as well. If you want to just look at cool shit, it'll be there too. And it'll be a really nice morning at the Tarmac, at Castle Air Museum, all running through the planes. You can donate to Castle Air Museum. They would absolutely love the idea of this becoming a annual event that is a marquee for them. They do their open cockpit days. They do like these cool car shows, and they do Raz N Health with us. And it's a really cool way for us to put the spotlight on Atwater, put the spotlight on Castle Air Museum, put a spotlight on the focus that health and wellness can be a part of making Merced a better place to live in. And if we continue to execute on a high level, my sense of it is the networking itself will lead to something good.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Though it's always one thing that's like one little thing can lead to the next thing, can lead to a next idea. And snowball from there. I'm going to re-say what you said in a different way.
Yeah.
September 20th, the Raz N Health Fitness Festival is happening at Castle Air Museum. It's going to start at the Tarmac. You're going to run through all these dope-ass planes, you guys. I don't know if they want me to market it by cussing, but here we go. It's fucking cool, okay, you guys? Coolest run in the Central Valley. You're running through all these planes in World War II, Vietnam War, Korean War. It doesn't matter if we're supposed to be in them, but we're there. Sorry. But the point here is, you guys, it's an awesome opportunity. It has fitness festival. After it, we're going to have lots of vendors, a vendor fair. There's dope shit going on, okay? People say there's nothing to do in the Central Valley. Raz N Health Fitness Festival, September 20th. You got to be there or be square. Midstate CrossFit, Centurion Boats. We're here. We're doing it. See you there. I was like, I got a little.
I can't believe you're able to just like, you're like, listen, man, we got to take care of our fellow man on September 20th.
Dude, I was like, whoa, Micah, don't start naming the wars that we've been in, okay?
So I do want to go like Rocky theme this year.
I like it.
I kind of want to go.
We got to figure out a day this week.
Yeah,
we're gonna go film something.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
That's the only
there.
thing that we didn't do last year is we wanted to do the headbands and the things.
I think what we need is a little bit of like Amazon purchase back and forth. Don't make any purchases, but like I'm thinking like we could do like the you know when Rocky and they touch hands.
Oh yeah,
this.
that one.
But like we have the cameraman like zoom in.
Yeah.
And then like we're like doing stuff, but we do it like really not great. It would be like perfect to like just do it like okay.
Yeah.
Like somebody trips. It'd be great. It'd be great. I really think we do bad push-ups.
I think that, and then also remember last year we had the idea of like Forrest Gump, but like sitting on the bench at Castle and then like start running, but then just I think like the classic Forrest Gump shot of him running like through the where all the planes are, but just him like me sitting on the bench with the red hat, you know what I mean? And
I think
just started running.
Go to
maybe
Amazon.
not go that far. But
we just gotta go to Amazon and like just make a couple of purchases, and like sometime this week we get in there get it done.
I think honestly with a Rocky one, if we did like even if it was you running or me running or both of us running, but like hit like running from like the Merced Tower. Too bad the courthouse has been under construction for I know.
I was just thinking about that.
Those are the stairs that we would run up.
Because the stairs is definitely what we'd run up.
But the only other thing that we could run up, which is the dumbest thing, is you're going out towards 140 and there's that random statue on the right hand side.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah, and then we just run up there. Like
I don't know if this is true. Please tell me if this is true.
It is.
So that's
what I tell people all the time.
What is it?
It's like a monolith.
It's called a monolith. Okay, so it's that like weird looking like George Washington looking thing, and somebody died
and he made
put all of his money into that one thing, and he left like because he was pretty well off, And
He made it for himself. I know
instead
that.
of giving that money to his family or to like people in need, he made that thing. And if you look recently, because I went to the Vista, there's like people laying their tires back there. Yeah, and like people because tires are expensive to get rid of. And that guy was just basically like a giant FU to all of his loved ones.
I read it. I looked it up too, and I'm sure, Charlie, I'm surprised you don't know about this. You know the monolith that's like out
on
by
140,
on
and, like,
140 to the
Kirby,
right.
Kibbe.
Yeah, so like, and then when I looked it up, it says like underneath it or like buried within it is like some of the guy's belongings and all this stuff. It's just some rich guy that like made it for himself, right? You know anything about this, Charlie?
Yeah.
Hit me in the mic.
Actually, I don't remember, but I know the monolith you're talking about. Yeah, and it's just somebody buried there with some. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's like his own self-proclaimed fucking.
Now, not to say that this hasn't happened in the world before, because this definitely
But
has.
to be a Merced
But
on
to be a
140,
Merced.
super random to like make yourself like. I mean, to be fair, we're talking about it right now on a podcast, probably like 50 to 100 years later. So to be fair,
He did it.
the guy did it. Try to look that up. Try to look up what the.
But like, here's the thing about being the guy that did it. Like,
It's not always good to be the guy that did
so
it.
so like the I love the quote, like, you die twice. You die when you die, and then you die when somebody says your name for the last time. I love that. That's like some like Coco.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dia de las Mortas
Well,
stuff.
dude,
like,
as having a kid, I'm a big Coco fan.
yeah,
okay?
like it's like I like if I'm gonna like think about like the like more heady, like what are we all here for? Like, I definitely like lean toward that like weird Dia de las Mortas thing. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta have your ofrenda, your pictures on the ofrenda. That's how you stay alive. I love that. I love that. But we're not saying his name.
Yeah,
We're saying the guy.
the guy.
I don't know if that counts.
You got any information on this guy?
Well, we're about to say his name.
Here we go. Here we go. We are. He's not dead yet.
So sidebar, the George Hicks Fancher Monument is the tallest tombstone in California, making its presence in the teensy town of Tuttle, population about 100, all the stranger. Fancher was born. Is this the guy? This is what we're talking about,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Did it have a picture of the monolith thing?
It does.
Yeah,
Let
then
me see.
it's probably like he's from there. Probably town that doesn't exist anymore.
So Tuttle, I guess, is the town where it's not even Planada or I guess it's not technically Planada yet. So
Tuttle,
it's Tuttle.
California.
So anyway, Fancher was born in New York, 1828.
Yeah, it's right there.
And like many young men, left the East Coast when news broke of gold in California. He arrived in 1850. It took him nearly 23 years to arrive.
I mean, he was making some stops on the way,
So
right?
he arrived in 1850, tried his hand at mining, and then decided farming would be more lucrative. He planted wheat in Merced County and helped found Merced Security Savings Bank, becoming the richest man in the county along the way. When Fancher died in March 1900, his estate was believed to be worth about $1,037 million today when adjusted for inflation. Fancher was a lifelong bachelor, but he was survived by a gaggle of siblings.
Gaggle.
Gaggle. I love the word- I love
you
the
don't
word
use that word
gaggle.
anymore.
Gaggle.
Yo, whoa, gaggle.
I'm throwing this out there right
Go
now.
ahead.
One of my new life missions is to add gaggle into my. I'm saying gaggle more often.
To your lexicon.
My gaggle at the Midstate CrossFit.
Yeah, my gaggle, bro.
So he had a gaggle of siblings, nieces, and nephews. The millionaire's will was handwritten on note paper from Lick House Hotel in San Francisco. Lick House. And it included what would become a litigiously vague demand. I set apart from my estate for my funeral expenses and proper interment of my remains and a suitable monument to my memory, $25,000. That's $923,000 adjusted for inflation. If you're wondering what Fancher thought he deserved. So I guess that's how much he
invested into that.
The monument cost about $1 million. Yeah. What a suitable monument entailed was the subject of intense debate in the Fancher family. Some thought a free public library for Merced residents would be a lovely tribute. While others insisted Fancher envisioned a towering tombstone. In February 1903, the Stockton Evening Mail reported the executors of Fancher's will were giving $20,000 to Merced County for a memorial library. The city gratefully accepted. It keeps going. I could stop there, or we can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's
Yeah,
good
I get it. I get it.
That's
So,
great. Yeah. So George,
It is
what's his
the
name?
largest tombstone in the state.
Damn.
Fancher.
That's crazy. And then what's crazy
Do you feel
too,
like he was in Coco? He was like, so remember the Coco universe?
He just like
he was like,
yeah, I feel
what'd
like
you do with my femur, Hector?
Yeah. Dude, when you become a parent, you're like I'm like, that kid movie sucked. And I'm like, that one's pretty good. I was like Coco, when you like start tearing
Coco's
up at the
pretty
end.
dope.
Or dude, Toy Story 3, like I had seen it, like I think it came out like when I was in high school, and I was like, I think I got like emotional then, but I didn't really think about it. But then Izzy was watching it, and she's like obsessed with Toy Story. And then it gets to the point where like Toy Story 3, Andy's giving away his toys to the girl, and like Lindsay like walks out of the room, and I am just like bawling. She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "This movie is so sad right now and so beautiful."
So a little bit of my story. Part of the reason why I have ended up in this spot is my dad died in a motorcycle accident back in like 2018. And so right after my dad died and I came back from Massachusetts and Rhode Island and went through all this funeral stuff, the very first movie I watched was Coco.
So it's like even more.
Bro.
You were like,
It like
your kids are like, Dad.
I had to like step out. Well, my kids were super young. My son was like 2. My daughter wasn't even
so it's
born
like
yet.
Izzy's age
I had to,
right
like,
now.
I had to like leave. I was like fucking losing it. I like had to go into my backyard. But like Coco's like, for like one, I think it is actually a very good movie.
It's a great movie.
And 2, but like it was like it's a very sentimental like piece of theater for me.
No, dude, Coco is freaking amazing. The note of so there's also sidebar. So that guy, what's his name? George
Fancher.
George Fancher. So that reminds me, not Hornitos, Indian Gulch. If you literally go South Bear Creek and you follow all the way down, it dead ends at a cattle road. You can take that cattle road, and like the farmers will tell you it's private property. It's not private property. It's a cattle road. But if you ride it all the way, I used to ride it on my bike. You can ride it all the way, and at the end of it, there's Indian Gulch Cemetery. There at Indian Gulch Cemetery is one of the founders of the Bank of America is buried there, which is like so fucking random and it's like kind of like, have you ever been to the Hornitos Cemetery?
I have been to Hornitos.
Oh, so Hornitos is like where the church is on the hill. Behind it's just all old cemeteries. They have a whole bunch of 1860s like burials and stuff like that. But that's what it reminds. But it's like a small little, probably like 25 by 20 cemetery, and it's fucking.
I was somewhere. And it was somebody from Mariposa, and we weren't in Mariposa. And he would like had all this pride. He was like, everybody used to be Mariposa County, because it used to be like,
it used to be
everybody was Mariposa County. So it was really interesting to like, because you think of Mariposa, it's like just right up the hill, and I think it's a cool town. But apparently, like people just it used to be everything. Apparently, San Francisco City or something like that like owns a piece of like.
Oh, they
mountain.
They do.
Like,
they own Hetch Hetchy.
Yeah, they own.
So all the water in Hetch Hetchy, which is a dam that they built, it used to be called Little Yosemite Valley. San Francisco owns that, and that's San Francisco's drinking water is straight from Yosemite. And there's a whole bunch.
Nobody's distressed or pissed off about that at all. That's totally not a big.
It was a big
match.
thing. It was a big thing. I know that. But yeah, that's fucking and they made it like and the whole valley is now just a lake, and it's called Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. But it's a cool. If you haven't been to that part of Yosemite, it's hella cool, and it's just random because it's like Yosemite's not known for having a fucking dam in the middle of it. You know what I mean?
But
so,
it does.
It does.
I remember talking to a couple of like Yosemite hippies, and people get pretty pissed off about that because apparently that valley used to be as nice as Yosemite Valley, but they just like
John Muir said it was actually more beautiful than Yosemite. Yeah.
Which John Muir, I trust you a lot on a lot of things, but if it doesn't have El Capitan and Half Dome, I don't think it was.
Who knows? Bro.
Maybe who knows? But
every once in a while, I'll be invited to like McClure or like Don Pedro, and like there's these old train like
there's tunnels,
arches
right?
That like who knows the California
when the drought was real bad, they were showing basically. Yeah. Because I know people were like, it got low enough to where you could bring your boat in there.
Yes, that's sketchy. That's a bad choice. You have a $250,000 boat.
And just like try to figure out how to.
Shut up. Don't bring your Centurion boat down a tunnel that from a drought you just hit a hilltop.
Okay, this is also a sidebar, but okay, as in like an adult with kids, well, I don't know, I guess.
You're an adult with kids too, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, not exactly. But like what kids movies are you like? Because like there's a couple
Land Before Time.
Land Before Time,
yeah. Are you talking about my childhood?
Well, no, I'm saying
are you talking about their childhood?
Both. Because like I also feel like I was obsessed with Toy Story, so I naturally am like, I'm like forcing my daughter and my son. I'm gonna be like, this is what I watch, so therefore I want you to have like the similar childhood that I had.
Final goes west.
So what's coming to my mind is TV shows and not movies. And so I have two particular TV shows that are instrumental into being who I am. The first one that I'm really trying to get my son into, and I'm like right there, is Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
I'm like full sending my son down like the Dragon Ball Z. He's in. He'll like Kamehameha me, and I'm like, oh, let's go, bro.
Super Saiyan.
Oh yeah, he'll so we're going Dragon Ball Z. I've got a little bit of the Avatar, the Last Airbender. So he knows that's one of my favorites. What's another thing? We went G.I. Joe there for a second, but it didn't grab. It didn't grab.
It was like, this is kind of cheesy compared to like.
Well, my son's like making like poor choices, and he's like,
what is he like?
So currently, have you had the Bluey experience yet?
No, we actually we like try to stay. I'd rather have them watch movies than shows, because at least movies is like a 2-hour investment. You know what I mean? Where like Bluey is like an 8-minute thing. I'm not trying to have my daughter be like fucking.
It's a thing, bro.
Yeah.
And he's a better dad than you and I.
I saw something too where it was like, but he's only a dad for you only get the highlight reel of him being a dad.
It's real. I always feel like a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Movies that my son's super into right now. He's
8, 6?
He's 8.
Okay.
He's 8.
So you're almost at the age where you're like, I can bring in some real life movies that are like,
yeah, for sure.
Like Jurassic Park 1 would be a good one.
He loves Jurassic Park. He's always loved dinosaurs. He used to say he wanted to be he used to be this little kid. He'd be like 4 years old. I want to be a paleontologist. And it was like the cutest shit, because other adults would be like, did he just say a big ass word? I was like, yeah, he did.
Paleontologist.
Yeah, he did. I call him Ken Doll. He's going to hate that I have that now recorded.
Yeah.
He's just so cute and such a good kid. And he's loyal.
He doesn't
to the
get
girls.
it now, but later he's like, what the fuck?
No, he gets it. He gets it. He gets it.
When the Barbie movie came out, he's like, what the fuck?
He's like, no, but he's Ken Doll. My daughter, she loves like all like it's the Descendants, which is basically the daughters and sons of all the bad guys from Disney.
Okay.
So like,
interesting.
The Wicked Witch or like Maleficent, they all have daughters and sons. Like the girl from the Cruella de Vil has like a son, and like it's all like musical stuff. It's a bizarre.
That's a cool little
it's
sidebar of it's so funny.
It's just 3 movies. It's all like musicals.
It's
it's
a movie.
whole thing, bro. I'm pretty sure my daughter like is into the bad guys. Like she wants to be a bad guy. She wants to be a bad person. Have you seen the bad guys?
Oh, I haven't seen them.
So
No, I saw
good.
that.
The bad guys are dope, and the art's excellent.
Sing 1 and Sing 2 are fucking dope. Have you seen Sing?
Sing's my shit,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, Matthew McConaughey. I was like, this guy can be a koala and be good. Jesus Christ.
I hope they come with the Sing 3. I like it so much.
Yeah.
All of those are great. The Descendants are corny as hell though, but my daughter found it right away.
But is it like old-fashioned Disney, or is it like?
No, it's more like what Disney Channel was when we were kids. It's more that like corny, super.
But it's cartoon, right?
No, it's live action.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, my daughter's
Dude,
crazy.
I just watched live action Frozen, which like I thought like
not bad,
dude. Yeah.
Not bad, pretty good.
Dude, she just. Her whole entire fucking dress changed, like in a scene, like just happening. And I was like,
Disney is the Applebee's of TV.
Disney is the Applebee's. Full circle here with that fucking. Disney is Applebee's of TV. Nickelodeon, Disney, Applebee's.
Yes. Yeah, no. Nickelodeon is the Applebee's of Disney.
Whatever happened to
vice versa?
Whatever happened to Cartoon Network? Is it still around? It's not what it used to be, though.
Oh yeah, no. Toonami is not what it used.
It's not Dexter's Laboratory. It's not Cat Dog. It's not.
All that shit was fire, bro.
Powderpuff Girls.
Yeah, my kid. There's a bunch of like innuendos in there that like I'm not even ready if I'm like to show my children. Stuff
well,
like
I was
that.
in the Bear in the Big Blue House, which is like I don't know if you ever watched it because it might have been like Skip Your Generation. It was only like 3 or 4 years, but I was like super into it. And then like I play it for my daughter, and she's like all into it. And it's like puppeteering and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
But it was the only puppet show that didn't have any kids at all. And so like there's hella like BTS scenes of it, and it's like they'll be like someone will be doing something, and then like they'll like cuss in it and stuff like that, and like everyone's just joking around because like you don't have to be scared of it. It's like, what is that? And he's just like there's like marijuana jokes, coke. No, not in the actual show,
but like behind the scenes.
Yeah,
they were just messing around
stuff. And I was just like, oh, that's so funny because it was like the only one where Barney had the kids and like everyone else had the kids.
Barney was definitely a part of my childhood.
Oh, dude, Barney was a big Mr. Rogers, honestly, too. I haven't watched.
All that stuff.
I haven't gone back down that rabbit hole.
I definitely had some like Jim Henson, like Muppets, all of that. Fraggle Rock. I definitely had
Fraggle Rock's good.
But that's why like I'm a deadhead yet. Like that's like why is Brian a
You like
deadhead?
Labyrinth or
Yeah,
no?
I like Labyrinth. Well, I like David Bowie.
Yeah, my wife's family was like all into Labyrinth, and like,
yeah, she is. That purple hair that she had when I first met her.
Yeah, dude, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, like they were like, oh, you got to watch this. It's the best thing. And I was watching it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I like David Bowie, but I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Well, you got to get like, there's like a genre of art that's like in like TV or movies where you have to, if you're not high watching it, like you're missing it. Like, I don't get it. And I was like, I get that you don't get it.
Yeah.
You have to have like taken at least like a rip of something to watch this thing. And not like you don't have to partake, but like you're missing a piece of the puzzle if you're not inebriated while watching Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, something along those
there's
lines.
something you're like kind of missing it if you're not watching The Labyrinth.
Yeah. Well, we call my nephew Ludo, like the big like guy with the horns from the Labyrinth. We call him Ludo, and like I didn't ever understood like the reference until I watched it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting that we call like this baby Ludo. And then like he's like, that baby's 8 years old now, right? And I was like, hey, do you know why we call you Ludo? I was talking to him the other day. He was like, no. I was like, let me show you.
He's like,
and he was like, I don't like that. And I was like, hey, that's why that is why we call you it. I'm just saying. Like, yeah.
There's something about family like names and like the way people get to certain ways. It's like I always think that's super interesting.
They call like all Lindsay's cousins call her Titter. And I was like, that's an interesting name. And then like they'll call like her brother's Turtle. And it's like all these like random freaking names that and we call my daughter we call her Ging, like G-I-N-G, Ging. We call her because like when she first started like really crying, it sounded she's like ging 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 like that and we're like, oh, Ging, and like literally that's what we call her now.
Yeah, hey, they're gonna come back and they're like, you gave all our secret names out, like Liam's Ken doll.
Yeah. Well, dude, okay, I haven't told you what we're gonna name our son.
Well, I didn't know if you had released it into the world.
So we have a daughter, right, Izzy, and we're gonna name our son Ozzy, not from Ozzy Osbourne because everyone thinks.
But still, that's still
Izzy and Ozzy, little surfer baby names. You know what I mean? I like it. Just fucking.
I didn't know any Liams when I named my son Liam. I know a million Liams now. There's never any.
That's like my nephew's name Hayden, and I was like, I felt like at the time it was like, oh, that's kind of unique, and now it's like there's a million Haydens.
Yeah, there's a million Liam.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's the Brian of his generation. How many Brians are there in their 40s?
I know like 5 to 10 different
They're all
people
my
named
age
Brian.
bracket. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All the white women were like, this baby's name is Brian.
Well, that's like my sister's name's Nicole. It was like, it's not popular anymore, but like Nicole was popular growing up.
No one's Stephanie anymore. Nobody's calling their baby
like, and
Stephanie.
my other sister's Samantha, and I feel like both of those were popular names, but it's like, I feel like today's generation's like no one's naming. Mike is becoming popular, actually. I feel like I've been like seeing a lot of little kids named Micah, and I was like, these fucking people.
Did you do the yell outside your door thing?
What?
So that's when you like roll your door open, however your door opens. You just scream your kid's name like you're mad at him. And so for my daughter, the name could have been Summer because we love summer. And it's like when our family is like most alive. And I rolled the slider open. I was like, Summer.
Oh, like testing out the names?
Yeah, because like, I'm going to chew their ass. I'm going to fuck your shit up. And then I closed the door and I was like, that's not the name.
It's too joyous. Like, yeah. What's your daughter's name again?
Everly.
Everly's
Gaelic, and it means a boar. A wild boar in a calm meadow in Everly.
That's what an Everly is?
That's
a crazy Nate
thing. That's exactly who my daughter is. She's just an animal. And she's like, la, 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 la. In this like beautiful situation. She's a beautiful person. Like, God, she's something else.
Yeah, Izzy's fucking crazy, honestly.
So I just got this story. So my general manager, Erin Lodwick, she's a saint. And our families are really tight. And so she's telling me this story today about Everly because they go over each other's houses. Like we just share like this lifestyle together. It's really cool. And so Everly apparently walked into their house and goes, your house is really messy, but I can see that you're trying. And I was like, dude, I am so sorry that my daughter is such a POS because that's so rude.
Dude, I let little kids just have no filter and they'll just say stuff.
Everly like, just says,
but why?
Yeah.
Like when you're like trying to explain something and like you just want them to take it as it is. And they're like, but why is it like that? And you're like, there's not a reason. And they're like, there's a reason. I'm like,
I can
Stop.
see that your studio is really messy right now,
Yeah.
but I can see that you're trying.
Yeah.
That's a dick thing to say, Everly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
6-year-old girl, and she's
And you want to
so
yell at her,
small.
but you're like,
no,
do I
literally-
need this truth in my life? I
every-
don't know.
Yeah, right? Like, maybe
I don't think I knew that. I knew that.
she's
but like,
advocating. She's listening. She's advocating and mentoring because she cares. God damn it.
yeah. She's like, my dad says I got to mentor
My
you
dad-
guys. He's like, well, your dad doesn't know shit about what
Right?
it is.
No,
Yeah.
there's definitely a slippery slope to like the mentoring side of like who, because it's like, who am I?
Yeah.
Like, who am I? Who are you to say how I should live my life? And I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that like
They're like trying to get deep on you.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
No.
There's still like, I'm still your freaking.
I'm still trying myself to do the best version of myself. What I'm saying is, if we are all going to have a better place to live, we are all going to have to take care of ourselves. And sometimes that means that you need a pick me up from the people that give a shit about you. And that doesn't mean that I think that your choices are ridiculous. What I'm saying is like, that could be better. That's what Merced Junior College football team does.
Do better.
Do better.
Brian, how can people support you? I guess give Midstate CrossFit everything first and then go right into Raz N Health.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about what our mission is, come try out Midstate CrossFit. If you'd like to learn more about participating in the Raz N Health Fitness Festival, reach out to Midstate CrossFit. You can see us at midstatecrossfit.com. Hit the contact me button. There's a comment section where you can say, hey, I'd like to be part of this thing that you're creating, or I'd like to participate in Raz N Health. We'll reach out to you within 24 hours.
Boom. Brian, thank you for coming on. I
Always
enjoy
love
it
these.
always.
We talk about crazy things.
Yeah, well, we forgot to hit Duffy, but we'll end it with Duffy.
Duffy's
Shout out Duffy, shout out Michael.
This is it. Central Valley Podcast.
Hey, big shout out Central Valley Podcast. You know I had to fuck with it. Hey, shout out Central Valley Podcast.